G'day guys and gal! Getting cursed sucks massive amounts of ass. Inheriting a curse sucks even more ass. At least the people who get cursed do something stupid, like fondling Tutankhamun's crusty balls or something. Inheriting it is just really bad luck. Warhammer 40k is loaded with curses. There are so many, it really sucks, ranging from bad luck all the way to excruciating soul-devouring death. 40k has it all. 40k is so cursed that an entire founding of Space Marines, which is when they create new Space Marine chapters, was cursed. They were cursed so bad that other chapters don't even like touching them and will frequently abandon or just straight up kill members of the cursed founding, even if they're like the nicest guys around. I swear half the cursed founding's curse is the fact that people think they are cursed, but the other half is, well, yeah, a genuine curse. Before we get started, lady and gentlemen, it's Mad March. I've been going hard. An America trip, a music festival, and I once accidentally ordered extra chili on one of my tacos. It's been rough. I've broken down in mind, body, and spirit. But not in cybersecurity thanks to the March Surfshark sponsorship. Surfshark is a long fling of mine. Just when I think all you guys and gal have downloaded, bam! Renewed contract. Surfshark VPN is a software that allows your computer to become a super spy, accessing the internet of other countries. This is handy as it allows you to expand your Netflix libraries or just bypass obnoxious government firewalls. In more extreme cases, it can really let you burst through a lot of censorship, like if you were in Russia or China at the moment, a VPN would be more than essential. A VPN is pretty much a must-have for anyone with half a brain for computers, so why choose Surfshark over the rest? Well, its UI is super easy to use, like one click and bang, you're in. But the real meat of the deal is how cheap it is when you use my linking code Majorkill below. You'll get 83% off and 3 months free. And if you decide that it isn't actually for you, then Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. Literally no downside. Cheers to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over the curse founding, looking at which chapters were created as a result of it. We will talk about why this founding was cursed and how that curse manifests through each chapter unfortunate enough to be inflicted with it. Let's get into it. For context, I want to quickly glaze over what a founding is and why they are done. When the legions were split up into smaller chapters, depending on the attitude and personality of each Space Marine, this begun subtle divergences in the gene seed. See, gene seed is subtly influenced by each Marine that has it implanted within them. It's a psychic organ after all. Hence, after multiple generations, a successor chapter of Ultramarines can look and act incredibly different, despite their gene seed originally being identical to that of the original Ultramarine chapter. Foundings are when gene seed is taken or donated by various chapters and the Mechanicus and put into new unaligned Astartes, causing a new chapter to be born. This chapter will slowly grow itself until it reaches a full 1000 Astartes strength, before going off and doing cool shit for the Imperium. The Curse founding was no different, except for how they went about creating this founding. A Mechanicus exploration team discovered a long-lost gene lab hidden away on a random-ass planet called Inculabula. When they found it, they were like, fuck yeah, high five, as it appeared that this lab was previously used to study and attempt to remove the gene flaws in each legion's gene seed. The Mechanicus believed that by continuing the work here, they could finish the job and create perfect flawless Space Marines. No more dog fucking Space Wolves, no more rabid Twilight Blood Angels. Unfortunately, the random Mechanicus agents that revived the project weren't all that special. If the Emperor couldn't or wouldn't remove the gene flaws, what hope in hell did some random toaster fuckers have in doing so? Hence, after creating various new chapters, the project got really heretical. Some data was stolen, scientists were kidnapped, and the Grey Knights ended up exterminating Inculabula to try avoid someone like Fabius Bile getting his hands on the project, which, you know, he did anyway, so bugger. Despite its dark origin, the new chapters of the Curse founding were allowed to exist and grow, being accepted into the Imperium with open arms despite their curses. Funnily enough, some of the curses are actually buffs that make the chapters more resistant to chaos. Some of these curses can actually be weaponized for the greater good of the Imperium. However, due to there being so much distrust towards the Curse founding, many of these loyalist curses get treated like warp sorcery, with the chapter suffering as a result. The first notable chapter of the Curse founding are the Black Dragons, legendary warriors derived from Salamander gene seed. Now, the only gene flaw, if you can call it that, within the original Salamander gene seed is the fact that it turns any who receive it black, so the Mechanicus identifying Salamander gene seed as flawed and in need of rectifying is some pretty racist shit. Bad Mechanicus, naughty, bad. While their attempted fix did stop the dark pigmentation, it also caused the Black Dragon Space Marines to grow bone swords out of their arms and heads, get scaly, and develop long poisonous fangs. I couldn't think of a more appropriate chapter name than the Black Dragons. Beyond these physical changes, which I admit are pretty, how you doing, the Black Dragons remain a steadfast, loyal, and powerful chapter that serves mankind. They just do it by themselves because no one wants to play with them. Fucking racists. Next up is the Blood Gorgons, who were doomed from the get-go. These dudes were mutating like motherfuckers. Unlike the Black Dragons, who had cute mutations, the mutations of the Blood Gorgons were obviously chaos related. It didn't help that the Blood Gorgons were also massive assholes who didn't like authority. And when you don't respect the Inquisition's authority, you in for a rough one. Hence the Blood Gorgons were declared heretics and driven into the Eye of Terror. The curse of these guys is pretty obvious. Extreme chaos mutation. Doesn't really get much more cursed than that. The next cursed chapter are the Firehawks. The Firehawks started off really well, fighting hard for the Imperium and not showing off any cheeky voodoo shit. They fought against the Astral Claws during the Baghdad War, and they have won countless victories for the Imperium. The only original sign of a curse was that other Space Marine chapters thought they were a bunch of assholes, and then they got lost in the warp, catching a warp contagion that turned them into members of the Legion of the Damned. I say members because the Legion already existed before the Firehawks joined their ranks. It's confusing, and I covered it in a previous video, but it seems as if the latent curse within them allowed the Legion of the Damned to infect them, hence bolstering the numbers. Another chapter that is cursed needed to develop a more original naming convention, the Flame Falcons. No wonder why the Firehawks were assholes. They probably came up with their dope-ass new chapter name, and then the new chapter next to them just copies their homework and uses a synonym for the entire thing. The Flame Falcons had a pretty cool curse. In battle, they had a chance to erupt into psychic flame, leaving themselves unharmed but purging chaotic taint around them. It was a holy flame, and it was actually pretty overpowered. They were like, "Look Inquisition, the Emperor blesses us with this dope-ass fire powers. We are fucking awesome." And the Inquisition was like, "Yeah, don't know about that one, buddy." Hence they got the Grey Knights to attack the chapter and kill most of them, with the few survivors escaping, renaming their chapter and continuing to fight for the Emperor, proving the Inquisition wrong once again. I can kinda understand the Inquisition's perspective. The Flame Falcons were a part of the Curse founding. It doesn't seem right that they would get a catch-free self-combustion ability that fought off chaos, but that's exactly what they got, so it's a huge shame they got dogged like that. Now for the fan favourite of the Curse Boys, the Lamenters. Funnily enough, the Mechanicus dipshits actually succeeded in removing the gene flaw of the Blood Angels from the Lamenters, meaning the Lamenters don't get thirsty for blood and don't fall to the Black Rage, at least they didn't for a while. So what we were left with was just the pure nobility of Sanguinius. The Lamenters are incredibly selfless, sacrificing themselves often to save others. However, out of all the cursed chapters, the Lamenters were the most cursed. By removing their gene flaws, the Mechanicus had altered something on a fundamental level. The galaxy hated the Lamenters. I don't mean the people within the galaxy, I mean the literal galaxy itself. Whenever it could, it would fuck them over. Random warp drive failures leaving them stranded in hell, allies abandoning them to get massacred by Xenos, even being singled out by the Minotaurs, another cursed chapter during the Baghdad War. Getting singled out as a target by the Minotaurs is like the quiet kid in school telling everyone not to come to school tomorrow except for you. Then on their 100-year penitent crusade, they got massacred by Tyranids. Oh yeah, and all that was for naught, as the Red Thirst and Black Rage eventually started manifesting within them anyway. There is a theory that I heavily subscribe to and have talked about in great length, about how each Primarch contains the soul of a warp god within them, hence explaining their diverse personalities, abilities, and gene flaws. If the Emperor had 100% control over each Primarch creation, he just would have made, 20 Guillimans and Rogel Dawns. Hence the Black Rage and Red Thirst were fundamental aspects of the Warp God within Sanguinius. By removing them, the Warp God would have been enraged, and likely cursed the Lamenters as a result. The Lamenters still live, having barely survived the Tyranids and having received Primaris reinforcements, but yeah, holy shit. Cursed as curse can be. The next fan favourite cursed chapter are the Minotaurs. The Minotaurs' curse seems to be merely the fact that they are incredibly fucking badass and they're great at killing other Astartes. They are very loyal to the Imperium, literal lapdogs of the High Lords, and they don't mess about. Perhaps their curse is that they don't feel loyalty to the Emperor, and they are a bunch of gigantic assholes with no personality. When I say they don't feel loyalty to the Emperor, they fought a mini civil war against the Custodes, even killing one. They were willing to keep going, however a High Lord told them to stand down. As the Custodes are the voice of the Emperor, the Minotaurs chose the authority of some random bitch rather than their literal god. Regardless, they remain an obscenely powerful chapter, easily one of the most powerful in the entire Imperium. They are masters of siegecraft, always attack with their entire chapter no matter the target, and they achieve their goals no matter the cost. They sound a lot like Iron Warriors, which, to be fair, it has been heavily implied that they are indeed sons of Perturabo. The final notable cursed chapter are the Sons of Anteus, an Ultramarine successor whose curse seems to be they are more buff than anyone. Ultramarine gene seed is incredibly stable, so it's no surprise that they would be the ones to avoid a bad curse. Basically, the Mechanicus was able to modify their gene seed to make the Sons of Anteus significantly larger and way more durable than all other Space Marines. This worked a treat. There are multiple accounts of the Sons of Anteus just seen in a firing line, taking obscene amount of punishment that would obliterate other Space Marines, but instead of dying they just kind of cop it. It's believed that their modified gene seed gives them thicker skin, denser bones, and way more durability all round. Some find it so unnerving that they compare their durability with that of a Plague Marine of the Death Guard. This chapter does act mysteriously, leaving battlefields as soon as the fight is done and avoiding communication with other chapters. Their homeworld, chapter master, and battle doctrine are all unknown. It seems as if they are cursed in some way and stay mysterious in order to avoid the curse becoming obvious. Maybe some of their members turn into literal mindless hulks, or more likely, a side effect of the massive size increase is that all the Sons of Anteus have micropenises. Yep, that's definitely it. So as we can see, the curse founding isn't as dramatic as it sounds. Only one of the main cursed chapters fell to chaos, with the majority of the others actually offering quite a boon for the Imperium. And then there's the Lamenters. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of naughty images that you probably shouldn't show your boss, or maybe you should, who knows. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button for more cursed content. Join the Discord for more memes, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.